morning children. Today I am going to explain class 8 geography chapter, third chapter, mineral and power resources, the remaining part. So in the previous video, that means in the previous video you have learned how was the distribution in India and what are the uses of minerals you have learned. Now let's see the conservation of minerals. Conservation of minerals. Conservation of minerals. Okay, let's see this conservation of minerals. Minerals are a non-renewable resource. It takes thousands of years for the formation and concentration of minerals. So, you know, already in the resources lesson, you have learned renewable and non-renewable. Here, these minerals are non-renewable resources. Non-renewable. That means we can't prepare them. We cannot prepare them. So, and for the formation of these minerals, it will take thousands of years. Thousands of years. Okay. The rate of formation is much smaller than the rate at which the humans consume these minerals. So, the way in which we are using them is more, and preparation is, and preparing it is very less. Comparing to the use, the formation is very less. Okay, very less. It is necessary to reduce wastage in the process of mining. So, and at the same time, what we have to do in the mining process? So, these minerals are mixed with the soil. So, mixed with soil. So, while mining, we have to reduce the wastage. Okay, we are in the clearing process. We are wasting a lot quantity of minerals. That's why we have to reduce the wastage. Recycling of metals is another way in which the mineral resources can be conserved. So, one way in the conservation, we have to minimize the wastage. And the second thing is we have to recycle. We have to recycle them after we use. Okay, we have to recycle them after the uses. Okay. So, recycling of metals is another way in which the mineral resources can be conserved. So, these are the two ways. What are they? Minimize of the wastage and recycling them. Next, power resources. Next one is power resources. So, till now it's minerals, it's over. Now, let's see power resources. Okay. Sunny's mother begins her day by switching on the geyser. She irons Sunny's school uniform before waking him up. She then rushes to the kitchen to prepare a glass of orange juice for him in the blender. So, here every mother, not only Sunny's mother, every mother, what they will do to prepare you for school, what they will do? First of all, they will switch on geyser, or they will use the gas for boiling the water, and then she will press your clothes, and then she rushes to kitchen. Here Sunny's mother is preparing a juice for him. For that she will use blender. Okay. Sunny, have you finished taking bath? Come and have your breakfast, calls out mother while preparing breakfast on the gas stove for Sunny. Okay, so here, have you finished taking bath? Like that, Sunny's mother asked, and come and have breakfast. She asked him to have the breakfast. And afterwards, for all these things, what she will use? She is using geyser, iron box, and then gas stove, blender, all these things. While going to school, Sunny forgets to switch off lights and fans. When mother switches them off, she thinks that life in the cities may be more comfortable, but its dependency on more and more gadgets, all of which consume energy, has led to a wide gap between the demand and the supply. So here in towns and cities, while living in these apartments, what the more people will do? Every day they will switch on lights and fans. That means from morning waking up to going bed, maximum time we are dependent upon these gadgets. Yes or not? That means we are in one way or other, we are using many things. We are using power. Yes or not? With the advent of science and technology, the lifestyles are changing very fast. Okay, without using power. That means fans, lights, TVs, mobiles. Okay, these geysers, air coolers, fridges, all these. Can you imagine your life? No. So, with these, the science and technology, the lifestyles are changing very fast. Power or energy plays a vital role in our lives. We also need power for industry. Okay, we also need. So, here, one thing mainly we are using for all these gadgets, we need power. So, this power not only at home but in some other places also we are using. What are they? Industry, agriculture, transport, communication, and defense. So, in all these areas we are using power. Power resources may be broadly categorized as conventional and non-conventional resources. So, these power resources are also classified into conventional and second one is non-conventional resources. Okay. So, now let's see conventional resources. What are these conventional resources? Conventional sources of energy are those which have been in common use for a long time. Okay. Firewood and fossil fuels are the two main conventional energy sources. So here, what is the meaning of the conventional sources? Conventional sources of energy are those which have been in common use. Okay, which are in common use for a long time. Examples, what are there? Firewood and fossil fuel. Okay, these are the two examples. That means the sources which are used commonly for a long time, by the all people for a long time, they are called conventional sources. So these examples, what the examples they have given? Firewood and fossil fuel. Next, firewood. So here, how we are using firewood? Okay, let's see. It is widely used for cooking and heating. Firewood is used for, of course, in so many villages or backward areas, people use fire only for cooking their food. Already you know that. And heating. So, if they want to heat something, water or some other things, they will use firewood. In our country, more than 50% of the energy used by villagers comes from firewood. So, using this firewood, 50% of people using this firewood only for cooking and other purpose in village areas. In villages. Okay. Next. Remains of plants and animals which were buried under the earth for millions of years got converted by the heat and pressure into fossil fuels. So, millions of years ago, when any disasters happens, natural disasters occurs, that time huge loss of lives will be there. Of course, maybe they are plants and animals. Okay, plants and animals. What they will do? They will bury it under the layers of this earth. Okay, so after their bodies, okay, what the bodies will turn? The bodies will turn in a long time as fossil fuels. They will turn into fossil fuels. Which will become as fossil fuels? Okay, listen one more. Remains of plants and animals which were buried under the earth. Remains of plants and animals which were buried under the earth's surface. For a long time, they will be converted into fossil fuels. Fossil fuels such as coal, petroleum and natural gas are the main sources of conventional energy. So here in the conventional energy, what are the main sources? They are coal, petroleum and natural gas. Okay, coal, petroleum and natural gas are the main sources of conventional energy. The reserves of these minerals are limited. So these reserves, that means these resources are very in limit. The rate at which the growing world population is consuming them is far greater than the rate of their formation. Here also we are using these sources in a big quantity and their sources are depleting or decreasing. Their sources are decreasing. That means getting exhausted, getting over. So these are likely to be exhausted soon. So if we are using in the same way, without any idea, without any concern of their limitation, if we are using them, means one day they will be exhausted. Next, coal. So till now we have spoken about this firewood. Now let's see about this coal. Okay, this is the most abundantly found fossil fuel. It is used as a domestic fuel in industries such as iron and steel, steam engines, and to generate electricity. So how we are using this coal? Coal is mainly used in iron and steel industry and steam engines and to generate electricity. We have thermal power plants now, so there we will use coal only. Electricity from coal is called thermal power. So keep this in mind. Electricity from coal, okay, is called thermal power. Electricity from coal is called thermal power. Okay. The coal which we are using today was formed millions of years ago when giant ferns and swamps got buried under the layers of earth. Okay, now at present what we are using this coal, it was formed nearly thousands of years ago when giant ferns and swamps, that means big bodies, animals, okay, they were buried under the layers of earth in a huge, in big size, not only in one or two, but I already said, if any disaster, maybe in the past disasters when they occurred, that time recently we have noticed last year when Kerala floods came, in those so many plants and animals, they buried under the earth layers. Okay, like that in the previous years also, maybe if they happen by the time, those coal formed by the time. Okay, That coal now we are using. Coal is therefore referred to as buried sunshine. That's why coal is called as buried sunshine. Buried sunshine. Okay, coal is called as buried sunshine. The leading coal producers of the world are China, USA, Germany, Russia, South Africa and France. So these countries, what are the countries? China, USA, Germany, Russia, South Africa and France. So all these countries are producing this coal. The coal producing areas of India are, so in India, okay, in India, Raniganj, okay, next Jharia, next Dhanbad and Bokaro, So in these places coal mines are available for us. In Jharkhand, Bokaro in Jharkhand. So in these places, where are they? Raniganj, Jharia, Dhanbad and Bokaro in Jharkhand. Here coal mines are available, coal deposits are available. Next one, petroleum. Okay, petroleum. The petrol that keeps your car running as well as the oil that keeps your cycle from squeaking both began as a thick black liquid called petroleum. So whatever the fuels we are using, okay, to keep your cycle running without squeaking, what you will use? Grease oil, yes or not? So that oil also comes from petroleum only. Next, it is found between the layers of rocks and is drilled from oil fields located in offshore and coastal areas. So this petroleum is digged under the seashores. They will do in mining process you have learned. Under the deep shafts, they will dig this mineral oil, petroleum. So from these petroleum sources, they dig out this oil. This is then sent to refineries which process the crude oil and produce a variety of products like diesel, petrol, kerosene, wax, plastics and lubricants. So what you have learned now? So from this petroleum, so many other forms are prepared. What are they? Here see, diesel, petrol, okay, diesel, petrol, kerosene and wax, plastics and lubricants. All these are made from petroleum only. Okay, all these are made from petroleum. What are the products? Diesel, petrol, kerosene, wax, plastics and lubricants. Okay. Petroleum and its derivatives are very valuable. Okay, petroleum and its derivatives are called black gold. So all these things are called as black gold. Okay. As they are very valuable. So all these things are very valuable. That's why they are called as black gold. The chief petroleum producing countries are Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia and Qatar. Okay, what are the countries? Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia and Qatar. The other major producers are USA, Russia, Venezuela and Algeria. So in all these countries they will dig petroleum from the deep wells. The leading producers in India are Digba in Assam, Bombay High in Mumbai and the deltas of Krishna and Godavari rivers. So, in our India, Digboy in Assam, Bombay High in Mumbai, and the deltas of Krishna and Godavari rivers, this petroleum will be removed. Next one is natural gas. So, already till now you have learnt petroleum, coal and mineral oil. Now, the last one is natural gas. Okay, let's see. Natural gas. Okay, natural gas is found with petroleum deposits and is released when crude oil is brought to the surface. Okay, when the crude oil is brought to the surface, then with the petroleum, natural gas also is found. It can be used as a domestic and industrial fuel. So, this natural gas, we can use this natural gas as a domestic and industrial fuel. Russia, Norway, Ukraine and the Netherlands are the major producers of natural gas. So, Russia, Norway, UK and Netherlands are the major producers of natural gas. In India, Jaisalmer, Krishna, Godavari Delta, Tripura and some areas offshore in Mumbai have natural gas resources. Okay, so Jaisalmer, Krishna, Godavari Delta, Tripura means, okay, Tripura state and some other areas of offshore of Mumbai. So, in all these areas, this natural gas is available. Resources are available there. Very few countries in the world have sufficient natural gas reserves of their own. So, all over the world, only very few countries are having these natural gas reserves. The sharp increase in our consumption of fossil fuels has led to their depletion at an alarming rate. So, we are using them more and more without the concern how much percentage is available and how much time it will take to reform this formation of these resources. Okay, the toxic pollutants released from burning these fuels are also a cause for concern. So, after using them, we will release smoke into the air. So, that effluents also will affect badly all the environment. Unchecked burning of fossil fuel is like an unchecked dripping tap which will eventually run dry if we are not checking them. If we switch on tap, if we turn on the tap and if we don't know, if we neglect the idea to run off, the tap to run off means how much wastage of water will happen. Like that, here also we are just digging and we are using. We don't have any idea how much percentage of these sources are available to us. What are their storage? What is the storage of those sources? This has led to the tapping of various non-conventional sources of energy that are cleaner alternatives to fossil fuels. Okay, so this is about power resources and I will explain the remaining content in the next video. Hope you understood, children. Thank you. Have a nice day.